Hi, beautiful people. This is Malika Critchlow again, the host of Coco in the Sun podcast. So, I haven't done a podcast in a very long time, a few months, because I had some visitors and I got sidetracked with that, got sidetracked with work, and also and I'm not enjoying reading that book I started. So I kept saying every week I would come on and read a little bit of the book, and every week I just avoided it because I'm not enjoying the academic aspect of the book. Apparently, I like magical, esoteric things, and the intellectual breakdown of things seem to bore me. I like to live in the magic. So, lesson learned. I don't like to not complete things. So it was a struggle for me to not continue reading it. And I kept like telling myself what the next week and the next week. And I didn't. So I've just come to terms with it and I will not be continuing that book. I do not enjoy it. But it stops me from doing the podcast. So, but also like other things too. Like I had some visitors come spend some time, which was really beautiful. Like I went from a year or so of not having anyone visit to having like two people visit so far this year. And probably gonna have more people visit or I go visit. So this has been a curious year in that way. Um, so I think it's bringing some connection that wasn't there before, but that can only occur with me in my healing process and what I'm able to um, deal with. So I'm able to expand a little bit more. But of course, I had to deal with myself first before I was able to do that and to be the love and understanding I could be for others in joy and not in I have to or it look bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's been really nice to have these visitors and have the relationship I have with them improve and be way more enjoyed. Um, so I don't have another book to read. I seem to be in a phase where I kind of am listening to my own inner guidance and dreams and, the information shared in the sleep wake time for me right before I wake up. Um, and trying to listen to that more closely and develop my own divine connection communication with my divine team, divine self. Than kind of hearing stuff being broken down by other people in their own understandings. So I go through these phases where I want to hear stuff, where I don't want to, and kind of see what it means to me. And I've been in this phase for a few months, I would say. So they've been little openings where I do want to hear what other people are saying or feeling to see if it connects with what I'm feeling. And so that happens too. But more or less, I would say 80% of the time, I'm kind of focused on my own connection and my own messaging. And so what has been happening is the messaging I'm getting and answers I'm getting have to do with more expressing of feelings and suppressed feelings. So I have a dream which will tell me in order to progress, I need to express my feelings or my soul, and I have some suppressed emotions and feelings, and I wouldn't know what it is. And then I'll ask, wake up in the morning after trying to figure out the translation, and I'll be like, okay, guys and angels, I don't know what feeling I'm suppressing, but can you bring it to my awareness so I'll know? And it won't happen right away, but in a day or two, I'll know. Because I'll be mad about something from years ago. And I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm still upset about that. Or in the dream, they'll show me um, people that I have unresolved issues with that I forgot that I had unresolved issues. And the dreams will try to heal those issues. It'll kind of show me these people, I think, in their true self, not in their defense mechanisms per se. Or I'll get to say things that I haven't said to them in the dream. Um, and it's really like stuff that I completely forgot about. Um, Also, like I used to, if I was having an issue with someone, I would validate my feelings and then I would also try to understand their point of view and try not to blame or finger point and be like, well, from their perspective, it's probably this, but from my perspective, which is a valid perspective too, this was um my experience of it, and I didn't enjoy that experience or that facet of them that I experienced and stuff like that. And I can try to forgive, which doesn't mean I have to engage because if they haven't sorted themselves out, the cycle continues, and I don't want to be subjected to um, their their defense mechanisms, right? But that wasn't really helping anymore. So I was like, okay, well, what's going on here? And literally, all I had to do was acknowledge my feelings, just focus on myself. I don't need to figure out anything for anybody else or try to explain anybody's behaviors or, the experience that I got from them, trying to explain it in their terms. I just need to focus on how I felt, acknowledge how I felt, um, and recognize it. So if I was angry, just recognize I was angry about something. And this is why I was angry. And it's okay if I was angry about it. And that would relieve it because what would happen was it would cycle all the time. And once I acknowledged the feeling, it would not cycle anymore. I just feel lighter if I was sad about something and stuff like that. So it's been really cool. Um, so yeah. And then I was hearing the dreams were showing me um my confidence uh was trying to be uh they're trying to build my confidence in a lot of different aspects of my life. I think that's the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra. So I understood that they were working on my confidence. And this has been for some time now because there's different aspects of my confidence that need healing. So it could be how I view myself physically, how I view myself intellectually, how I view myself in the workforce, as a friend, in the family, as a mother, how I view myself in regards to my passions and the things that I want to see come to fruition for me, things that I want to create for my experience. So I knew they were working on it in different ways. Then I had an understanding that I had to align my confidence with my creativity and that confidence in knowing it would meet my needs in order to create the life that I want on in this physical experience that I'm having now. And I don't think that's aligned yet. I think it's in process. So they're working on my confidence with that and trust in that. And I think once that comes into alignment, the experience will be a lot more enjoyable for me. But I understood a few weeks ago that that is what was happening. I had to align my root chakra with my sacral and my solar plexus chakra in order to live the way that would bring me the most joy in this physical reality. So my creativity, being confident enough in it to allow it to support my needs, my physical needs, to live in this physical experience will bring me the most joy. I won't have to work doing something I don't enjoy doing, which has been the basis of my experience for the past few years. So I do work doing something I tolerate and I prefer to do if I had to do anything else outside of my creativity and passions. But the absolute goal, the most joy-filled, blissful life for me would be to be successful doing something that I love to do creatively. And that bringing and supplying abundantly, infinitely, and lavishly for all my needs in excess, so much so that I am able to be generous with others. And I have been able to fit those puzzle pieces together. But I understood that that is what needed to occur, and that's what is happening. Also, allowing it to take the time that it needs to occur because you can't skip steps. So, um, each new understanding of where I am with how I feel about certain aspects of my self, I have to look at it and try to figure out why I feel that way and how to see that in a more positive way. That's another thing that was coming through, I think, for me is I had a negative or some fears associated with my spiritual gifts. And so this is why I think they haven't come into um, full potential, right? Why I have to be in that sleep-wake state to understand messages, why I have to look at dreams. I do sometimes get um, other stuff of understandings while I'm awake. Um, but it feels very random and not something I can just tap into if I want to. And I think that gets better with the healing of my outlook on my gifts. So right now, I'm asking my guides and my team also to help me relieve those fears and improve um, my outlook on my spiritual gifts. I think a question I should probably ask is what, because I'm not even aware of what my fears are and the negative outlook I have of them. So maybe I need to ask them to clarify that in order to actually heal it, because I need to look at that and accept that and acknowledge that. I don't really know what it is specifically that's blocking there. So you see, talking to you guys, how that helps. So that's something else I'm going to ask. Like, what is the negative feeling I have towards my gifts and what other fears I have associated with it that I do need to heal in order to bring that into full potential. But the dreams were saying that as well, that I had these gifts, but that I was, it wasn't being fully, um, fully used or activated because of my own outlook on it. So I have to work on that. What else? I found so I'm finding out stuff that are soul ones that I didn't know were soul ones, or I knew on some level, but I'm now really aware of it. And so a few of those have been to love and be loved. That's like the first one, the top of the line. To love and be loved. Um, to have my needs met, to have people at my table. Like I want people to be welcomed and to eat well at my table, um, which I didn't know. But I want love at my table, and I want people to come and feel loved there. I want, I know everybody deserves mercy, Mercy is not even a word that I had ever considered or something I would work on or think everybody, I would say kindness, or I would say, you know, n nobody should be judged. Those are stuff I would say. But in this understanding, I understood that mercy, like everyone deserves mercy. Even people that have done horrible things or we don't think um, deserve it. That understanding came in very, very clear and very, very strong. I want everyone's needs to be met abundantly, but not in excess. So that came, I didn't even know I felt these things are just coming to the surface. Again, in like my sleep break time, I'm understanding that I want these things. I want everybody's needs to be met in abundance, but not in excess. Um, yeah, so those are a few things that my soul wants that I didn't know that are coming true. And I really love how beautiful it is, right? It isn't stuff like I want to be filthy rich. I want the biggest house in the world. It's beautiful ones. Like I want everybody to eat at my table and be well fed and loved and feel welcomed. And I want us to have a good time at that table. That my needs are met, that I'm loved and I give love, that everyone receives mercy. Um, that everyone's needs are abundantly met. That like I understood these things clearly. So that those things have been coming through for me. Other things I've been working on, like what is the difference between fear and intuition? Like how do I know that my resistance to do something based on my thought something could happen isn't my intuition warning me and it's not like fair. So that was like a new one that came up for me the last few days and the day, like in quiet. Listen, guys, if you sit in quiet, you do get answers. You really do. Um, so yeah, sitting in quiet also. I don't know. People like meditation, you can call it meditation, but I just call it sitting in quiet. And I think I got the answer that if you're in fear, it's not like you don't actually know something's going to happen. You just are afraid of something happening, but you don't know. Intuition is like you know something's gonna happen. That's why you're not going there. So it made a difference. Like I could understand it now a little better. So I got my little answers now and then. I think I had asked to my guides and angels, my divine team, I had asked, why wasn't I successful? Um, with my creative pursuits, like the things that I'm passionate about that I enjoy doing. Why hasn't it been successful for me, but it's been successful for other people? And I understood last night is because of my confidence with it, my confidence that there'll be an audience for it, or, a need or value that it's a value. And it gave, like, I had understandings in my dream of people who were successful with stuff that I don't care for, but they obviously had a huge audience and was able to provide for themselves doing that. It's not like they're better than me or less than me. It was that they believed in what they were sharing had value and they were confident in it. And it showed me that I didn't have any confidence in what I was sharing, that I would be happy if it did gain an audience, but I didn't think that it would. That I thought it was just a regular thing. There was nothing special about it. And then I needed to understand, they've been trying. So this is where now I'm talking to doing the podcast. I understood that like a few weeks ago, it was clearly um, shared with me in my dream that what you have to offer, even if someone else is offering it, the way that you offer it is different because you are different. The way you speak, your life experiences, your filters, your self-expression is different. And that's what makes it special because it's coming from you and you are a unique um being. And I understood that I needed to share what I had to share, regardless, just being myself, as that's what makes it special or of value. I'm now connecting it with this because it's saying, okay, you need to have confidence in that. So they've been working on my confidence and sharing things and different levels and different understandings of it that I didn't have before that I could work on and acknowledge. And so I'm curious to see like where that leads. But yeah, essentially that's what's been happening in my experiences, and those are the messages that I'm getting, right? They're focused on sharing me with me my soul desires. I think they're soul desires. And sorry guys, my nose is running. I don't know why. I have no idea why my nose was fine all day. As soon as I start to do the little podcast, my nose says, "Hey, I'm here." Um, yeah. So yeah, my soul designs are becoming clearer, and I just love how beautiful they are. And things that I need to heal, my expression of my feelings, acknowledgement of my feelings, the building of my confidence, and my outlook on my gifts. So these are the things that have been coming through for me during this time period. And of course, all of the synchronicities that I have during the day, which I still love, um, they're always so um, positive, right? They're always like showing you that your dreams could come true. It's going to happen. It hasn't happened yet, but keep hoping. It's going to happen. It's going to it's like always reminding you not to give up on the dreams that you have for yourself, or the understandings and knowings that you have are coming for you. Like don't forget them. They are coming. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I get tired and I'm like, okay, you guys have been showing me this for years or over a year now, and it hasn't come true. So, believing that it will is kind of hard. I think I said that in my mind while I was driving today. And then I got an understanding right away that divine time, whereas for humans, they want to see responses in a few days or months. Divine time could be decades. It's not the same timing. So I receive that, but I'm also like, well, we got to find a way now to bridge that because I'm living this human experience. The 10 years for something to happen and that's just the lowest. That I got a couple faster than that. Like, we got to find mid ground here, divine team with divine time, and creating the life that I want to live, and fully enjoying it. So being present in it. So um I know, sorry guys, I know it comes faster if you don't stress it and you don't, care. If it comes, then it comes. But that's not so easy to do all the time. But anyway, so I do have that little push and pull with those understandings and divine time and stuff like that. But they do get every day almost more than one um reminder of dreams that I want for myself or things that I want healed so I don't have to relive cycles. I am reliving a cycle. It looks like again, um, career-wise. So I am curious why that cycle is back. There's obviously some lesson there that I'm not learning, that has occurred again, that's recurring. And this has been going on since my daughter is, since she's two, so about 20 years. It always like cycles in every job that I have. Um, this particular cycle. And the ways I have dealt with it in the past, I'm like, okay, so maybe that's not the way to deal with it. Um, so trying to figure out like what the lesson is and how to move past it and not have to go through that cycle again, right? To finally clear that that cycle that just seems to occur in my career life. So I think it has to do with my sovereignty. Previously, to protect my sovereignty, I would leave the job and find something else I prefer. I'm not sure I'm supposed to do that. I think I'm supposed to overcome it by not allowing it to, or, the micromanaging is what I'm talking about. I don't like to be micromanaged. And I always start with a great manager that's not a micromanager, and I'm fine and I bloom. And then managers switch because they change jobs or they leave or they have a disagreement um with administration and they leave, and then I have a new manager, and the new manager is more of a micromanager or more of a overseer, like making sure that they're getting all they can get out of you for the job, for the company, and not really too concerned with um the harmonious connection with the employee and the job. So it has to be both sides have to be content in order for there to be retention of employees and mastery and skills in positions. And so people tend to stay if they're happy or but also I always find that others don't seem as irritated with the micromanaging as I am. So like I don't know if it's just that I'm just meant to be free. I have tried that and, looked for other positions that would bring me more joy and have found that for some time and then find that the situation occurs again. So I don't know why it keeps occurring. So if I leave, it's not the solution. I'm getting the same thing in another place. So what it is then? How do I solve this? I think I have to be there, but not be um bothered by the micromanagement, like not allow it to affect my peace of mind and my sovereignty, right? It's like a mental thing. They may be trying to mentally um restrain you or conform you, but you can possibly, I think what I understand is I can, without fighting or having confrontations, not allow it to affect my workday. Because if I go ahead doing what I normally do anyway, the micromanagement is not necessary because I'm somebody that does what I'm supposed to do. I'm very task oriented. So, but the irritation of them trying to micromanage me like irritates me. So I think I have to conquer that, I suspect. And then the situation would resolve, and I probably wouldn't have a manager like that again, or wouldn't be in a job where I have a manager. Maybe I'll be working for myself. So maybe that's the other way. I'm not sure. I'm still in the process of that, but that's what's working out in my physical experience. That's where I am until I somehow align my chakras in a way to allow for the very best means of supporting myself, the most joy-filled means to come into my experience. And that's with my confidence. So all these things are interconnected, and here we are. But anyway, so those are the things I'm dealing with now. This is the season I'm in. I don't have much insight into the world at large. It seems to be very, I think because I'm still like, still have some of these personal things to heal that I'm not yet giving full information about what's going on worldwide. But I'm getting like little understandings. So the mercy thing that I got, where everybody deserves mercy, what was understood was that even a certain president did, which I struggled with prior. And I saw that he may be doing these things because that's what he came to do in order for us to better see ourselves and be honest with who we are, our own cruelty or lack of care for others. Um, and so like I shouldn't be putting that on him or thinking like he deserves less love than he doesn't. He probably needs more. Um, he's doing what he was supposed to do, what he came to do. So that showed me like, everybody deserves mercy. Like no, there's nobody that doesn't. And that cleared it for me in a major, major way. Um, Also what came through for me, and I don't like to talk in Christian terms too much. Um, but there's love, I would say, and lack of love. And the lack of love, um, is really just another aspect of love, of wanting love and not knowing it exists or how it feels, not having experienced it to be it, which is a concern for me because I feel like in order for us as humans to actually make the choice to be loved, we would have to experience it. It's hard to be something that you didn't experience or you don't remember experiencing it. And that love is so very healing. So I feel like we have to make a choice, but we're being asked to make a choice of something that we haven't experienced before. If you experience love in its truest form, um, that's all you'll want to be to others. Now, if they hurt you, you'll want to retreat, but you wouldn't want to hurt them. You just wouldn't want to be in that energy or, be in their way, if they're not loving, but you wouldn't want to be unloving to them. And so I do feel like in order for us to make the choice to be loved, we do have to experience it. I don't know if that's what the flashes that they have been talking about, this flash that's supposed to come. I suspect it may have something to do with unconditional love and actually feeling it and understanding it. But anyway, so I don't like to talk in terms of the Antichrist, is basically what I was saying. But I understood that it wasn't one person, that it was an energy, but an energy of just lack of love and not knowing um what love is to be love. So um that's what I understood from that. So all the cruelty that we're seeing right now, I think is just bringing to the surface what it feels like to not have love in your life at all. So you don't know how to be that to others or understand how to uh, care for others. And that's what we're seeing now, I think. By some way, this must bring us to love, at least to what we don't want to be, or what we don't want to experience, or what we don't want to visit onto others. So I think that's what we're learning now. And then once that's over, we'll experience the love. So we'll have an understanding of both in order to truly pick what's best for us. I suspect. Anyway, but that's all I'm getting in terms of what's going on externally in the world. It's not a lot of like inside of what's going to happen next, or like, people have gifts where they can say, in May, we're going to have this experience and stuff. And astrology does have these insights. Like, I don't have those gifts or studies. So that's what I'm learning. Oh, what else? I'm trying to figure out what my passions are too. Because in order for me to align with my creativity, I have to know what I love to do. And I don't think I fully am aware of it. I know I love conversations. I don't like debates, but I do like conversations where we may not agree, but we can discuss. I like when we agree too. I'm learning something I didn't know before. I love that. And I love my imagination and creating little worlds, um, and stories. And so I would love to see that too. But I don't know what else I'm passionate about. I'm asking my guides and angels to show. I love animals. I do. I love animals. I love conversation. I love animals. I love imagining new worlds and creating them. I love flowers. And I love sharing. Those are my passions. So how do I use that in a creative way? Oh, that's kind of cool. These podcasts help, even though I'm just talking to myself in the camera. Talking out loud helps, I guess. Anyway, so that's all I have for today. I don't know what books I'm gonna start with yet. I don't know exactly where this podcast is going to go or what it's going to do, except to say that I will come on and discuss what I am learning or progressing and how that's working out for me. Um, and maybe that develop into something else. I don't know. Maybe this is enough. Maybe just coming on and talking about this is enough. Who knows? Anyways, I hope you have a great week, that you are gentle with yourself, that you acknowledge your feelings, that you take time to figure out what brings you joy and allow that joy into your life. That's a way of loving yourself, that you take time to love yourself. And we will talk again. Oh, the good thing is too with the job now, so now I think I'm off on 1 day a week, which is kind of good. Like I have a 4 day schedule, which allows for me to do the podcast on the day that I have off during the week. I really love that. So I love that aspect of the job if I have to be working. Find that schedule works really, really well for me. Um, Rather than a 5 day week. So I have to meet the 40 hours in the 4 days, but I think because I work remotely, it works for me well. It doesn't feel overwhelming. I don't have to stay at work long and get home late? So that's been working out. So the guides and angels have been working with me in these situations that I'm in, even though it's not the ideal situation that I would want for myself. The situations are very blessed, and I am very grateful for the ease that they provide until better can come. So yeah, so very grateful for that. Anyways, have a great week. Hopefully, I will be back again next Wednesday with new insights and new thoughts and new things that I'm learning that I can share with you, and new things that you can share with me. Maybe books that I may find interesting. I don't know. You tell me. Anyways, bye guys. Have a great week, and we'll talk again soon.